My girlfriend made fun of me with her male best friend.
Not a joke.
My girlfriend Jenna and I have been together for a little over 2 years. I'm a veterinarian and we met at my office. She had just moved to the city and brought her dog in for an ear infection. We started talking, and what should have been a 15-minute appointment turned into an hour-long talking session. Ooh, baby. By the way, this comes from Deleted. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, I've never been so smitten with a woman before. Before Jenna, I lived the bachelor lifestyle. I was beginning to think I'd stay single forever. Even though that lifestyle of nothing but casual flings is growing really old and empty. Don't we know it? Jenna is a charismatic woman with a lot of friends. Her best friend is a guy, Dylan, she knew in her old town. I trust Jenna, but I'd be bold-faced lying if I told her that her relationship with him doesn't bother me at all. I don't get angry with her or fight about it. She's reassured me that they've been friends their whole lives and have never had any spicy related relationship. I'm secure and I'm not insane. So I accept that they were friends and have tried to buddy up with him as well. He's visited the city 3 times. He's a cool guy. However, he does not seem to like me much. Jenna says he's just protective. Comes off a whole lot more like jealousy, though, than protectiveness, in my opinion. Jenna just finished up grad school this spring, but she's had a really tough time finding a job. We've lived together for a year and have been understanding that she can't help pay rent, etc. right now. I'm very financially secure. All right, Mr. Vet. So it isn't an issue. However, I am careful to not become a reason for her to not get a job and have her own financial independence. I just think it's important for everyone to have this sort of independence. Agreed.
AKA, I want to pay for you. Got you.
Yeah. So, without being pushy, I've let her know that she does need to start paying half of the expenses once she secures a job. Anyway, she texted me at work on Monday to tell me she got a job. It's a job she really, really wanted and had to go through some pretty grueling interviews to get. I was so happy and proud of her that I decided to leave the rest of the day at the office to my staff and took off early without telling Jenna. I bought her favorite booze, grabbed a bunch of Chinese takeout, her favorite, and bought her flowers. I had bought her a nice necklace that she'd seen at a store a couple of weeks ago. Nothing super extravagant, but it has a shark on it, and that woman is just obsessed with anything to do with sharks. That's cute.
Adorable.
I'd hidden it in the basement and figured I'd give it to her soon. Totally surprise her once she'd forgotten about seeing it in the store. I got home. Are we seeing a little ICU, John?
Might be some ICUs. There might be.
I really hope I'm not seeing what I want to see, what I don't want to see.
Ooh.
But I got home and came in the side entrance to the basement so I could grab the necklace and then surprise her. When I came up the basement steps and opened the door, I could hear her talking on the phone.
Okay.
Normally I wouldn't stop and listen, but I heard her laughing uncontrollably, like belly laughing. It was pretty cute, so I figured I'd wait for her to get off the phone before I surprised her.
I think we're about to see some unintentional eavesdropping about to happen.
She was talking to Dylan. Hey, laughing's not a crime.
It is illegal.
Laughing
You're
is
under
not
arrest.
A crime.
Go to prison for life.
Yeah, no, we're fine. Sophia, you have any reason to not like the laugh? Sophia's staring. Sophia's giving me the old snake eye. Look at that. She was talking to Dylan. Nothing new there. They talk at least once a week. Then I heard what they were laughing about. Took me a few dull minutes to realize she was laughing about our spicy sleep life.
Oh, no.
She said something about how, no, he can't even compare to ex-boyfriend. Ex-boyfriend had at least 3 inches on him.
Oh my God, dude. Yikes.
Oh,
got him.
3 inches. Damn. I mean, that's a lot even in height.
Yeah, exactly.
And, and vertical height. That's a lot. 3 inches, man.
First off, just starting at 3 inches.
Oh, jeez.
Already going crazy.
Oh, man. Oh. Dude, I'm still recovering. That is a rough one.
That's tough, man.
That's tough. That's tough. Hey, you know, there's always the gym. So I feel bad every time I eat a baby carrot.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, no. I feel bad every time I eat a baby carrot around him because it must be so traumatic to see me chomping down on something the same size as him.
That's rough.
Stop laughing, Sophia. Stop laughing.
I'm not gonna lie. It is a little bit tragically hilarious.
Oh,
dude.
No. Oh, God. I feel so bad for him. God. This sucks.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Dang, dude. A tank can't grow. That's not what Mother Nature intended.
That's true.
Mother Nature intended for carrots to that's fruit from the earth right there.
Yeah, a carrot.
Vitamin C.
It's like
vitamin C. I will not get back to reality. I will stay in crazy land.
Nice try, Sophia.
Nice try.
It would almost be cute if it didn't suck so much. His body is amazing as long as he keeps his boxers on. I don't give a crap what people on Reddit think about the size of my member. But I do think it's important to say that what she was making fun of wasn't even true.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Which in my opinion makes it even more hurtful. I mean, I don't know about the ex-boyfriend. Maybe he was a horse. But I'm very average. Just good old-fashioned average. Not going to upsell myself here. It's nothing to write home about, but it's also not laughable. I've never felt self-conscious. It is what it is. But to hear her ripping me apart to this guy that she knows I have some concern about was just beyond hurtful. Hurtful doesn't cover it. She also made fun of me for being gorgeous, but not super smart. All right. Really quick.
Yep. Talk to me.
I mean, this is pretty bad.
This is pretty bad.
This is pretty bad. It's really whack.
So whack.
Yeah. And Jellybud did some quick math for us. So he's a 5 and the other guy's an 8.
There you go. Thanks for the quick math, Jellybud.
Thanks for the quick math.
Crunching those numbers over there like a baby carrot.
Doing the Lord's work.
Doing the Lord's work.
I really think this is 1, a violation of trust. 2, just really cruel and mean.
So cruel, man.
I feel like I wouldn't want to be with a person that thought this little of me.
100%. And you know what? I think, like, you know, if a woman is like, you know, not satisfied in the bedroom, I do think that's like such an unfortunate predicament. It's such an awkward thing to bring up and whatnot. So I feel for people in that perspective.
But there are other ways.
But there are so many other, and also this does not accomplish satisfying her more. Yeah. All this does, if anything, it's like the
makes
exact
him
opposite.
Less confident.
You know?
Yeah. It's not gonna. But I feel like her goal isn't for them to have a better spicy sleep life. I think her goal is to bond with Dylan.
Wait, do we know for sure if she's telling this to Dylan, or I thought
for sure?
I thought it was like with the girlfriend.
For
that
sure,
makes it so much worse.
talking to Dylan. I'm highly educated. This isn't even remotely a concern of mine. I know I'm smart, gorgeous, and super smart with an average size wiener. Thanks very much.
Let's go. Stand on business.
Stand on business. Fully erect. I left after that. Did I throw the flowers out my car window? Yes. Did I cry in a parking lot? Yes. I think she may have heard the basement door close, maybe even saw my car driving away, because she started texting me pretty quickly after I left, asking me when I was coming home. That was Monday, and I haven't brought it up. I don't know. I think I'm still processing everything. It's horribly embarrassing and hurtful, but dang, I love this girl.
That's right.
Not saying I'm going to forgive her necessarily. I just want to stress how hard this whole thing is for me. I know I need to bring it up to her, but how? Any suggestions on how to start a conversation with her? I'm extremely hurt, and I don't know if I can forgive her for this. We have an edit. But right now, let us talk about what we think we should do here. Is this just talk about it? Is this a break up then talk, or a talk and then maybe break up?
Yeah, I think he has to sit her down and be like, hey, I heard the whole conversation, and that was absolutely awful to have to listen to. And I feel like doo-doo. And maybe even just starting there, like just saying like, hey, I heard this and it like really hurt.
Yeah.
You know, and just seeing what she says, I think is a good first step, and see how she responds.
I mean, he said he's still in love with her. So I think like spending some time before making any actions and just being like, what does she say and how do I feel about what she says? And like, let's like sit with that. You still might break up.
Yeah.
It gives an opportunity for him to understand more about what's going on too. You know, when we talk about relationship integrity, like we talk about this idea of, oh, you know, like, yeah, maybe you could forgive, but are you going to be able to trust again? And you might be able to get back together, but will the relationship be the same?
Yeah.
And this feels like one of those things that may forever change that relationship. So it's like, is this something you want to come back to, knowing that it could forever change it?
It's like a double whammy. The spicy sleep life is forever changed, and then can I trust her with like very like intimate things, and that she won't like tell her friends to be giggling about me? So it's like, yeah, it's tough. It's a tough one to come back from, honestly.
But we got an update. Wow, thanks everyone. I just wanted to add that I definitely will be breaking up with Jenna.
There it is.
There we go.
Decision made.
Stand on business. Fully erect. I grabbed an adult soda with 3 friends and told them. Their sentiments matched yours. Dump her, do it quick. I called my mom and told her about it. Yeah, I told her everything, embarrassing as it was. We were pretty close, and I wanted to tell her the whole story, and I've never heard her so angry about anything. She knew I'd bought a ring for Jenna. I will no.
That makes it so much worse, dude. Much worse. But honestly, what timing?
Yeah, what time? I mean, better before you propose than after.
Right before. Oh my goodness.
Ooh. She knew I'd bought a ring for Jenna. I will post an update after I do it, probably tomorrow, though it may take me a couple days to post about it. I'm going to be pretty wrecked emotionally. Thanks again for all the comments, / messages of support and encouragement. I really did not expect anyone to be rooting for me like this. And we got an update.
Oh,
we got an update.
Wow.
So I think we're going straight into it. I like that this is where it's going. Sophia, do you remember how long they've been together? Can you let me know?
No.
You can pull the mic a little closer to your face. You guys have to go.
2 years. 2 years.
2 years. 2 years. Okay. That's a long time. That's a long time.
Yeah.
That means it'll take you 2 months or a year. 2 months to a year to get over it.
There we go. We got the timeline.
The golden rule for every year of a relationship is at least a month.
That's right.
Supportive Reddit strangers. I stayed strong and broke up with Jenna Thursday evening.
Hey.
Let's go. This has honestly been the most dramatic couple of days of my life. I am exhausted. Things got pretty ugly on her part. Oh, she was ugly to begin with on the inside. So sorry this is so long. A lot happened. At the suggestion of my friends, mother, brother, and many of you, I talked to her in private, but still public place. The thought behind that was that someone who can be so cruel and reveal herself as a liar is potentially capable of trying to turn things around on me and say that she left me because I hurt her or some other nonsense. I'd like to think she wouldn't do something like that, but who knows, especially after everything that has happened. Better safe than sorry. I thought about just boxing up her stuff and breaking things off with no explanation, but it's been over 2 years together. I decided the best thing to do is to confront her calmly and then hear her out. If she had an explanation, I wanted to hear it, even if it didn't change the decision to break up with her. So I took her to a wine bar in downtown that has those little individual booths with half curtains. She's been sugary sweet since Monday, which tells me either A, felt guilty about what a knucklehead she was, and B, thought I may have heard her, or C, she just knew I was acting distant and was totally clueless as to why. So she dressed up really nice. And despite everything that has happened, I can admit that she looked stunning.
Rats.
Come on, man. Keep it together.
Hold strong, brother.
She was also very affectionate. Kept making a lot of sexy comments about all the things she wanted to do here. Brother, stay strong.
Stay strong. Don't let her put any ranch on that baby carrot, okay? No snacks today.
Oh, snack. Oh, yeah. Normally, my precious little baby carrot would have been thrilled by this. But given the circumstances, it was difficult to hear and act normal. I had rehearsed what I was going to say to her over and over, so as soon as we sat down and got our wine, I started. I can't remember word for word. My adrenaline was put into pretty high gear, so it feels fuzzy. I basically started by saying how much I've loved her, how she's the only woman that I've ever felt connected to so profoundly that I opened myself up to her completely and trusted her.
Ooh.
I told her that she's the only woman I've ever thought about marrying that I've gone ring shopping for. I left that part out about how I actually bought the ring and that I've actually imagined having children with her in the next few years. She kept interrupting me to say, aw, or to tell me how much she loves me too. Then I looked her in the eye and asked her point blank, why, if she loved me so much, did she horrendously make fun of me to Dylan?
Boom. There it is. What you got to say?
Boom. Boom.
Come on. I want to hear it.
I have to say, the look on her face was a bit satisfying. As expected, she denied it at first and acted like she had no idea what I was talking about. Mm-hmm. She said Dylan knows how much he loves me and that she's never made fun of me to him. I kind of just looked at her and said something like, come on, Jenna.
We both know what's going on here.
We know what's going on. I heard you.
You got to drop a baby carrot joke at this point. Like, let's go on.
Oh, yeah, dude. That would be sweet.
Yeah, listen. Like, I know I'm not your favorite vegetable in the garden. I'm no eggplant. But hey, us baby carrots gotta,
you gotta stay together.
Stay together.
You gotta stand strong against your tyranny. But she still denied it even after I told her that I'd come home early on Monday and had heard her. It was pretty frustrating, but I kept my cool. I just told her that she and I both know she's lying and that the things she said were unforgivable and that I couldn't wrap my mind around why she would say things like that to anyone, let alone Dylan, especially because she was lying just to be able to rag on me. Still denied and acted like I was crazy. She said she loves me so much, that she's not dissatisfied with her spicy sleep life, and would never say she was or complain about my size, that she knows how smart and sweet I am. That's why she loves me. If I hadn't heard what she said to Dylan myself, I would have believed her. She deserves an Oscar for that performance. Oh, dude, that crap scares me, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, like Oscar-worthy lying. Like, I'm the worst liar ever. I never lie. I never practice it. So that's maybe why I'm so bad. But people that lie all the time, dude, they're goated. Some commenters asked if I was sure she was talking about me when I overheard her. When she was talking about her ex-boyfriend and his kraken of a wiener, she said my name when she was making the comparison. I'm definitely sure that she was talking about me and that she was lying to my face about it. I told her that I would drive us home. She could grab the essentials she needed and her dog. My brother and his girlfriend would be at the house too. I wanted to make sure there were other people there just to have witnesses that I let her get her stuff and didn't do anything aggressive or destructive. I told her I'd pack the rest of her stuff up and leave it out for her to get whenever she could. She was in total disbelief that I was actually breaking up with her. She pleaded with me, but my mind was/is made up and I wasn't budging. It was hard not to cry in front of her, though, when she kept saying how much she wanted to be with me forever and that she planned to be the mother of my children someday. I own my house, and since Jenna hasn't helped with expenses by paying rent or utilities, I wasn't too concerned about, putting it bluntly, punting her out. She kept asking me what she was supposed to do and where she was supposed to sleep. I told her it wasn't really my problem anymore and that she has plenty of friends she can stay with until she gets her own place. Basically, all the furniture and decor is mine. She just has clothes, toiletries, etc. to get out. All of the redecorating she did to my house was done on my dime. Then came the water.
Here we go. The multiple stages.
She started crying and saying that she didn't understand how I could do this to her. She said she thought I was a nice guy about 1,000,000 times. I told her I am a nice guy, which is why I didn't throw her stuff out in the front lawn, change the locks, and give her no explanation. Then, I swear to you, this woman dug the knife even deeper.
Okay.
She's
I'm
going for the hearts, going for the throat.
What else can you say, lady?
She said, John,
Yes.
she didn't know why she said those things to Dylan. She finally acknowledged it.
Okay.
And that maybe because Dylan brings out the best in her and she's able to laugh about things that would normally make her cry. I guess like my wiener.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
So bad.
I thought you said it was great 2 seconds. See, you just...
Yeah, she's a big liar.
Dude,
she's a big
so,
liar.
like literally this lies all over the place.
I told her that it's really sad to me if what I heard was her at her best. It was petty, and usually I'm above making snide comments, but I told her that she can go back to her hometown and go live with Dylan or her 9-inch wiener ex-boyfriend. Okay, so my boy's 6. My boy's 6.
He's fine.
That's good.
That's a full carrot there.
That's a
there,
full,
ladies and
that
gentlemen.
is a full carrot.
That's a full carrot.
My boy's 6.
He's fine.
He's doing fine.
He's fine. And he's fit.
And he's
a vet.
fit.
And he's a vet. Dude,
Bro,
this is the full package. This is the full package right here. And he's like, let me take the high road. Let me just tell you, I'll express exactly how I feel, work with you on moving out, and then, that's it. Don't throw stuff on the lawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on. It was amazing to watch how fast those tears disappeared. Apparently, I'm the a-hole. I didn't know how to treat a woman. I'm a loser. My wiener is tiny. I'm going to be alone forever. She never really loved me, and I was more like a friend, but she didn't want to hurt me, so she stayed with me. Makes a lot of sense. She would have said no if I'd proposed. Again, I'm a loser, an a-hole, and in case I didn't get it the first time, she meant it when she said my wiener was a baby carrot. Oh, and I will pass away alone. I told her passing me alone is preferred to passing away married to a woman who is cruel and doesn't love or respect me. No joke. She started to scream.
Oh.
Not words, just a long, extremely loud scream.
Oh my God.
It was alarming, and she just booked it out of there after calling me a disgusting pig. After paying the bill and apologizing to the waiter about the drama, I left, and Jenna was standing outside crying. I know what she did was horrible, and all the things she said just a few minutes earlier were horrible, but I still didn't like seeing her like that and didn't want to just leave her on the sidewalk. I'm in New England. It's already pretty cold here, so I told her to let me give her a ride back to the house so she could get her stuff, but that she needed to leave and go stay somewhere else as soon as she packed a bag.
Yeah.
She agreed, and we didn't talk at all in the car, talk about an awkward ride. My brother and his wife were at the house when we got there. His wife stayed inside while Jenna got some stuff together, and my brother waited outside with me. That went pretty uneventfully, and she had a girlfriend come pick her up. I got my key back from her before she left. She texted me throughout the night, and the text ranges from sorry to sad to angry to really angry and back again. I didn't answer any of them and only texted her yesterday morning to tell her that her stuff was on the porch and that she should come to pick it up while I'm at work. I didn't hear from her all day until it was almost time for me to go home. There was a pretty nasty text wishing me about every ill you can wish a person. I didn't answer.
Great. Boom. G-move.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Well, I come home to a disaster zone. She smashed everything.
What?
I don't know if she made a spare key at some point that I was unaware of or if she knows how to pick locks, but she got into the house somehow and she destroyed it.
Oh my God.
She smashed stuff that's irreplaceable.
Oh.
She ripped up furniture. She clogged 2 sinks, left the water running. She left the refrigerator open and threw food all over the kitchen. It was wrecked. The only considerate thing she did was lock my 2 dogs up in the bedroom, I guess so they didn't cut themselves on glass or eat the food.
Oh my God. Dude.
Oh my God. Dude, I don't understand. Like, what frightens me?
Yeah.
What frightens me is
Yeah.
you can be in a relationship with someone for 2 years.
Yep.
And it's totally fine. And then snap, they become a crazy person.
Yeah.
Just snap. Does that not terrify you?
I mean, that is absolutely
How do you test for
terrifying.
that? How do you test for that?
I don't
What's the
know.
crazy test? Chat, what's the crazy test?
I don't know.
Do something really difficult and hard together where like things will go wrong.
Yeah.
Travel maybe.
Yeah.
Get a dog. But they had dogs and the crazy didn't come out.
That's true.
I think I'm going to get flamed for this.
Here we go.
But I think if you take care of a partner too much, it might prevent you from learning if they can can weather difficulty.
Right, because it's like it's the same thing of the difficult scenario where it's like, all right, if you put yourselves in a difficult scenario, you see yourself at your worst.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you behave and act and like care for the other partner?
Sounds like he kind of insulated her from anything rough. We got some more here. So I have 2 vehicles, one for everyday use and then an SUV for work. I use the SUV for when I make house calls and may have to bring large or exotic animals into the vehicle to transport it into the clinic. In the middle of the drama, I'd forgotten I'd given her a key to the SUV in case she ever had an emergency and needed to drive somewhere. I went out to check the car and she trashed the inside of it.
Oh, man.
She dumped flour all over the inside in addition to tomato soup. The stuff is just stuff, I suppose. It's more the fact that she could do something so childish and awful on top of everything else. It blows my mind. Last weekend, I took her to a play, went out with her and her friends. We played Monopoly one night and made up our own drinking game with it. We hung out and watched Netflix, made love several times. All right.
Flex.
And this weekend, my house and vehicle are destroyed, and so am I. Amazing how fast things change.
Truly.
Yeah. You better look around her every once in a while. You might miss it.
My goodness.
Wow.
Wow.
Not my finest moment, but I was so pissed off that I got right onto Costco's instant delivery and ordered 25 bag pounds. And ordered 25-pound bags of baby carrots and had them shipped to her friend's place addressed to Jenna. 100 pounds of baby carrots. They deliver within 1 hour. I got a slew of interesting and insulting texts from her that evening. Yes, it was petty, but the only regret I have about it is that it was a waste of food. Hopefully she donates them or cooks some of them or something. So that's that. I blocked her the night after the nasty texts from her kept coming. I'm feeling pretty beaten down right now and have cried more than I have in a long time. It's obvious that I made the right choice. Jenna is clearly not emotionally stable or mature. She really is cruel, and I know I do deserve better. I've spent a lot of time since Monday thinking about myself as a partner and trying to figure out what could have led her, obviously, to having some resentment or something for me. I'm going to be 100% honest here. I work a lot. I try still to make time for people I love and try not to bring work home with me when I've had a bad day. But sometimes I do. I know this. Jen and I have thought about it before, and I've really tried to pace my days a certain way so that I can get home at a reasonable time. And I've tried to leave bad days at work as much as I can. However, anyone who is a vet or has worked with one knows we're always on call for emergencies. Sometimes we have patients that we have to check on or stay with through the night. Time off can be challenging. It's doable, but challenging. My staff is incredible and can handle most situations, but I do still get a lot of calls or texts from them when I'm on vacation or an off day. I'm sure there have been times when Jenna felt second best to my job. Well, I guess I know there have been. She's told me that much in the past. I did try to make changes, but there's only so much I can do. As far as I remember, I've never been purposely mean to Jenna. I've had bad days and been grumpy or absent. We've had our share of disagreements and fights, but nothing unhealthy or excessive. I really thought we had a solid relationship and that we were both happy. I know I was. It's hard not to question myself and wonder if I really am a letdown or if I neglected her at some point, that she felt unloved enough to act the way she did. I don't know, but I do know that no matter what, the way she put me down and the way she reacted to breaking up this way was way out of line. I didn't deserve that, and that's on her.
True.
But you know what each and every one of you frickin' deserve?
What?
To listen to full episodes with stories just like this. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast app and search OK Storytime. There's another relevant update. Johnny.
Yes, sir.
But how do we feel about where things have ended?
Yeah, man. I think, OP, I think he did a pretty good job at navigating everything and, just trying to keep it even keel, try to take the high road, try to just make it as unmessy as possible in a massively, literally and figuratively messy situation.
It is messy as heck.
Thank God it happened before he gave the ring, because she for sure, she probably would have taken it, or
but
God knows what. God knows what
how much damage did she create in that house?
Yeah, honestly, Emma Wilkins just said what I was thinking. He definitely needs to sue her. I mean, dude,
and
like
press charges.
that's you can't expect, like, you're the one that did the thing wrong. Like, what are you destroying his place and property
that's
for?
What immature people do. That's what immature people
I guess so, but again,
when they're confronted.
Back to the lying thing. It's just like so scary and so just like it's like hard to imagine. I don't know, like that someone would do that, but
wow. Well, we got a little bit more to this story.
Well, let's get into it.
Thank you for rooting for me, Reddit. It's been great to read all the nice words. Time for me and my baby carrot to eventually find a woman who appreciates us for what we are. Edit. We got an edit.
Here we go.
I did file a police report and took pictures, which will hopefully help with recouping some of the money lost through insurance. As far as the police report, it's very doubtful anything will come of it since I can't prove it was her. Same goes for trying to sue her in small claims court. And honestly, I'd rather not deal with her anymore.
Yeah.
I'm going to hope that insurance will cover the damages and I can move on with my life.
Facts. Totally get it.
Dude. Honestly,
totally get it.
OP is the most stoic man alive.
Dude, I mean, dude is crushing it. And I have to say, listen, we always preach self-care, not pettiness, but the 100 pounds of baby carrots was hilarious.
Hilarious and like non-offensive.
Harmful pettiness, you know?
Yeah,
this is not harmful.
Yeah, 100%.
And I feel like you need to do something. I mean, she literally destroyed his whole house.
Yeah.
Delivering some baby carrots.
Bro deserves something, right? We got to give him something, man.
But that's where that story ends, but not this episode.
Oh.
We got another episode for you, but oh my God. Yeah, that was a lot.
My goodness. My fiance went to a spicy dancing club after I told him not to.
Oh no. It wasn't the glitter that gave it away.
Uh-oh. Now, 2 weeks ago, my fiance and I were laying in bed about to get intimate when I glanced over and saw him looking at thirst traps on his phone. I was completely turned off and told him I found it disrespectful to look at corn with me laying right next to him, especially since we were about to have a spicy sleep.
Hey, it was just getting ready.
this is the warm-up, babe. He apologized profusely. And by the way, this comes from GFL111. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So when we spoke about this incident with our couples therapist, boom, I opened up about my struggles with corn and related issues. I was raised very conservatively, and while I understand it's not realistic to ask him to not ever look at corn, I had previously asked him to have the respect to not do it in front of me.
Like, babe, I need it.
I need it.
I need it. Dude, just get a VR headset.
Dude, yeah.
Problem solved.
Right. She'll never see it.
Babe, I swear, I'm just planting carrots.
Yeah. It's a new game, babe. It's called
a racing game.
Yeah. I'm kneading dough. I'm a baker in France, in Paris.
And I
French
swear,
baker.
the bread is on the walls, you know. It's a top-down view.
Yeah, exactly. All the kids are playing it. I also, oh God.
I'm slapping the dough, babe.
He's basting the bread with the egg wash. Oh, man. Oh, God. I also suggested multiple times that we discuss our boundaries with corn, spicy dancers, etc., etc. Of course. And he replied with, I don't think we need to. We're on the same page.
I swear. Babe, we're on the same page. Let me just put on my headset and need some dough.
Yeah. Now that's what I call on the same page, babe. This weekend is his bachelor party in Vegas. Guys,
oh God.
Put an ICU in the chat right now.
No,
put an ICU in the chat right
this
freaking
ICU
now.
we can see a mile away.
This is so painfully obvious.
Oh, God.
So we didn't talk about specifics, but I trusted him per our previous conversations to know where my head was at. Yeah, him deciding where your head was at for you. Yes, that conversation.
Yeah,
yes.
It's not corn. You know, it's real. They're dancers. Do you hate expression?
Yeah, babe.
It's art.
You were so mad at me for doing corn, so I said, not doing corn anymore.
Yeah.
Switching it up. You're welcome.
In person, baby. Yeah. I mean, hey, is it a crime to look at the statue of David and that man's baby carrot? No.
Nope.
No, it's not. That is beauty right there. That is the human body, and I'm just appreciating some sculpted human bodies.
It is actually quite beautiful.
Yeah.
The statue.
Statue.
Actually quite beautiful.
Baby carrot.
Yeah. Well, Not specifically that. Just in general, the statue's nice.
The statue. He's a good looking man.
He is literally the perfectly proportioned man. That's how they made him.
Ah, well, there you go, dude. If I'm being honest, had he asked me ahead of time or mentioned he was going to go to a spicy dancing club with his buddies, I would have been open to discussing it.
Okay.
Communication could have happened. He's been calling a few times a day to check in. I told him that wasn't necessary, but he insisted. Late last night, I was temporarily locked out of our apartment building while walking our dogs. I tried using the intercom buzzer, which calls his phone, but it went straight to voicemail. Once I finally got inside, I texted him that I was sorry to bug him, but it was me and I made it in okay. He immediately read the message and didn't reply, which is unlike him. He's leaving her on red.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really text when you're
yeah. Babe, my fingers are preoccupied.
I wanted to experience the dough making in real life.
Dude, oh God. I'm finally going to be a real baker. This is chef school. Oh God. I asked him whether everything was okay, and again, he left me on red. This is unlike him, so I grew a bit concerned. We share our locations, and I wanted to make sure his phone wasn't stolen or he wasn't in the hospital or something. He has checked my location several times before as well, so not unprecedented to do this. He was at a spicy dancing club.
Oh, rough.
Yep. I will admit that it didn't feel great, but I was going to let it go until he got home so it wouldn't ruin his bachelor weekend. He called about 5 minutes later to make sure I was okay. He could tell from my voice I wasn't okay. I asked him where he was. He initially said, a club, and finally admitted it was a spicy dancing club.
Yep.
There you go. And just to be crystal clear, this is the kind of spicy dancing club where the clothes disappear.
Like
wow, a magic
like
trick.
magic. It's a magic show.
Yeah, just to define our
magic
terms.
show, you know?
Yep.
Clothes disappear and things grow before your eyes.
He wants to be a baker and a magician.
Yeah. Baby carrots turning into full developed carrots.
Watch my engagement disappear. He promised he wasn't doing anything bad. I explained how I found out and mentioned that I wish that we had talked about it beforehand. I wasn't mad. I didn't yell. I was just disappointed and deflated in the moment. Once he sensed this, he immediately got defensive and said that we were both at fault.
Babe, it's kind of your fault that I recognize it's my fault, but it's also your fault. You know?
How could you let me do this?
Yeah. I mean, you said no corn. What's a man supposed to do? I'm but a man.
God.
I have needs. I need to bake.
It is my passion.
My baguette needs a stroke.
Oh, God. He said it was too coincidental and I must have been stalking him all weekend. Oh, okay. That's what he's... Okay, my goodness. He accused me of making up a story about getting locked out. I don't want to debate about whether spicy clubs are okay. I recognize I am very conservative in this area. Again, I would be open to talking to him had he brought it up. The only factor is that one of his friends on the trip is a spicy club regular. Babe, I'm just trying to help him get points. Sorry, you're in a free hot wings, babe. Arrest me. Oh, my God.
Yeah, babe, I didn't go for the dancers. I went for the hot wings. That food is amazing.
Dude. And then, get ready for this part. And that friend is constantly bragging about how many spicy dancers he pays to sleep with.
Is that impressive?
That's a brag?
That doesn't feel like the flex you think it is.
Yeah, no one will sleep with me for free.
Yeah. I feel like my fiance broke my trust, and now I'm afraid of what else he did. Once he started making ridiculous accusations, I did start yelling expletives and hung up on him. He turned off his phone, and I haven't heard from him since. What's the best path forward here? I haven't been able to sleep much at all, and I feel sick to my stomach. Our wedding is in 2 weeks. Whoa, and we have an update where we may get either the wedding or the cancellation. That's what I think is coming up here.
Well, John, I feel like we've talked about this before, and I think we're in agreement that we kind of don't like this common trope that kind of happens in bachelor and bachelorette parties.
Yes.
Where it's like, last night of freedom.
Why do we need to do this?
I hate that.
Why do we need to do this? It is so unnecessary.
So dumb. But I do think there's a lot of people out there that use the bachelorette party as the last night of freedom and like say like, hey, my one day where anything goes. It's like the purge, but for spicy sleep. And I'm not saying it's for sure, but the fact that he's in the company of a guy that is paying for spicy sleep on the reg. I'm not 100% convinced that he didn't do anything more than just watch.
Yeah, especially like she said, once he started getting defensive and trying to like put the blame on her too. Like,
Yeah.
it's just and everything we've seen
Sus.
from this guy so far. I don't know if we have the trust in his responsibility and ability to honor and respect their soon to be marriage.
Yeah.
But ladies and gentlemen, we have an update.
Oh boy, let's see.
Well, first of all, I want to thank everyone for their responses. I read every single one. It was overwhelming. I had posted this looking for some advice. I didn't feel like I could talk to my friends about this, as I would be embarrassed. I know some folks probably think I posted this to get validation. It was actually the opposite. I was hoping I would be told I was overreacting so I could get out of my head and stop spiraling. I would also like to add that if I read this post or if a friend came to me with this situation, I would have reacted similarly. Before I update though, I would like to provide some background/context and answer some of the questions that were brought up. It's a lot, so if you don't care, skip to the update. My fiance and I have been together for a bit over 3 years. I had mentioned we are already in couples therapy. True, I forgot about that. And some were questioning why that is. My fiance was previously married and his first wife passed away.
Dang.
Relationships with widowers can be extremely difficult to navigate, so we sought help with some of the trickier nuances of ours. We also both have individual therapists. I started seeing one about a year into dating him. As I mentioned, I come from a conservative background. I grew up in the Midwestern US, and most of the folks around me were religious. My family is not religious, but I guess some of these values were imprinted. My father has never been to a spicy dancing club in his life. He never had corn or suggestive material. When I was younger, I remember my father telling our family at dinner he found his boss, who was a family friend, frequented spicy dancing clubs. The way he and my mom spoke about it with disgust, that they both equated it to infidelity. As I got older, I moved around the country. I started to realize how extreme those beliefs are. I've personally struggled with a lot of these thoughts. I have been to spicy dancing clubs. I don't look down on folks who enjoy them, nor do I look down on spicy sleep workers. It's not my values or how I choose to live my life, but I'm sure others could say the same about me. Corn is another thing. I have viewed corn solo as well with my fiance. My issues with him and corn didn't arise until I realized how bad it seems to be. About a year and a half ago, he was showing me something on Instagram, and his For You page was literally all thirst traps.
I will say, if you are a man on Instagram, you have to actively prune your
Yes.
Explore page to not show you booties.
Yes.
It's just a fact of life.
I think like it's like, oh, if you like, you like racing, oh, you like whatever.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, let's just throw some booties in
Booty.
there.
I mean, like there's so I would. There's a lot of other things that I would say like, hey, like that's not good. The Instagram Explore page, I don't think is the smoking gun that you think it is. However, I prune my Instagram Explore. I would actually be down to show my Instagram Explore page right now. That's how confident I am
Do it.
that they're.
It's blurry. Oh, wow.
But there is a game.
What the heck is that?
And
I think I've said I'm not interested in women so many times that now Instagram has flipped me the other way.
the other way. Like, this must be the other answer. There's no other way.
No, we got to make this guy horny somehow.
Dude, that's so funny.
Just know it's not a complete smoking gun, but it is. It's a little bit.
I think, yeah. I
a little
think
bit.
I'm just imagining in my mind's eye what she's seeing. And I feel like there's a difference between, oh, there's like a sprinkling and like
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah,
is that, you know what I mean?
all of it combined.
Yes. And then I also noticed him looking at one on the couch once, and I called him out. I worked with my individual therapist about why this bothers me. I'm not sure if the problem got better or I just chose to ignore it. Cut to a few weeks ago. We were on a short vacation. We were lying in bed, scrolling on social media. There was something he had done that annoyed me, but nothing major. I was just a little on edge. Spicy sleep was inevitable. We both knew it. That was until I glanced over and watched him go to his search page, scroll, and click on a thirst trap, and proceed to scroll through her post. So I simply said, I guess we're not having spicy sleep now. He got defensive at first, It just popped up on my feed. What was I supposed to do?
I can't help myself.
3 dots, not interested. Click.
Yeah, this man
Boom.
has been in a relationship. He knows what's up.
Get that
Get that
here.
out of my face.
Come on.
Yeah, no, I have, again, like the not interested is a powerful tool.
Very
Use
powerful
it to your
tool.
advantage if you're in a relationship.
That is
Or
correct.
are struggling with like corn addiction or
Totally.
anything like that. Like, or if you just like, for whatever reason, like, I don't want to look at spicy pics on the internet anymore.
Mhm.
Just not interested.
Oh.
So you can get it out of your.
Delete. But I called him out and said, you clicked and scrolled. With a real life woman next to you, you could have the filtered photo instead. Have fun with the photo. We spent the next therapy session going over what had happened. He owned up to it being 100% in the wrong, agreeing it was disrespectful, apologizing profusely, and promising it wouldn't happen again. I used the opportunity to give the therapist the context I just provided above. I guess I feel I have to justify this for some reason. After our therapy session ended, I said it would probably be a good idea to talk through boundaries. You know the rest of what happened. And now, ladies and gentlemen, that was just the context. That was just more background to set the stage for the true update.
Ooh, baby.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like that was good context.
Right? Yeah. That often we don't always get good context.
No, we
but
don't.
when we do,
We don't. But this,
it is good.
I feel fully educated.
fully up to speed.
Yeah.
So now we're going to get into the juice. Once he realized how upset I was, my fiance booked an earlier flight home from Vegas. When I picked him up from the airport, which I debated doing, I could tell he didn't think this was as big of a deal as it was. I let him know if I could postpone the wedding, I would, but we can't. And if we cancel the wedding, we're done. So basically, I think she's saying, if I could postpone the wedding, I would, but I'm guessing venues and other
Yeah.
things, like it just doesn't work. And if she decides to cancel the wedding, they're done, which, by the way, reminder, it's in 2 weeks. So I feel like OP's kind of saying like, hey, we have a 2-week window here to fix everything.
Dude, that's not going to work.
It's just, yeah.
I mean, that's too much. That's too much.
It's just not going to work.
Yeah, if it's not a heck yeah to get married, it should be a hell nah.
And also, I'm like, totally, it would probably be a horrendous pill to swallow, but probably doable. You just lose all the money and everything else because
Yeah.
you're going to lose it anyways. If you're not going to have the money anyways if you do the wedding.
Yeah, exactly.
You might as well just not be married to the person you shouldn't be married to.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what's more expensive? Divorce
Divorce is very
and
expensive.
a wedding.
Yeah.
So how about that?
Double whammy.
So I also laid out the terms for what the breakup would look like, and I insisted that he would be the one telling our guests the reason why. And it's not because he went to a spicy club, it's because he's a manipulative liar who doesn't respect me. He was completely shocked. In his mind, all he did was go to a spicy club on his bachelor party. He tried to feign ignorance. All the other guys were married and their wives didn't care. Well, guess what? Their wives ain't me. Okay.
Their
You're
wives ain't this girl.
You're marrying me, buddy, not their wives.
Mm.
They're already taken for, I
Go
guess.
across the pond if you want that fish smell over there.
God.
If you want this fish, you gotta play by my fish rules.
Premium mahi market day prices.
Market day
Okay,
prices.
that's me.
Yes.
Premium cut. I laid out everything that he did. I even chose some quotes from the comments on the original post. Some of you are better at articulating my feelings than me. Now I understand what I'm about to tell you next can be a form of manipulation. He could also very well be lying. I lay it out before I explain how I feel. He started to sob, not cry, but uncontrollably sob. I have never seen him anywhere close to that. He didn't realize what he had done to me in our relationship and so close to the wedding. He said he was ashamed of himself as a man and a partner. He promised nothing happened, not even a lap dance. He claims he had never been to a spicy club.
I swear, nothing happened. Not even a little lap dance.
I didn't do anything. I came for the hot wings. I came for the lemon pepper. I swear. Oh, he claims it was the toxic friend. Oh, now he's toxic. He went from bragging for paying for spicy sleep. I mentioned the original post who was pushing the spicy club, and he had to fight him, eventually losing. He admits it was wrong. Fight him to go to a spicy dancing club on your own bachelor party. Come on. He admits it was wrong to accuse me of making up the story about getting locked out. He was mad at me and turned off his phone as an FU. He couldn't believe that I would even think he would be unfaithful, and so on. I'm still very much struggling. I hate that a lot of this is around him going to a spicy club, That's not what it is. It's the lying, the gaslighting, the willful disrespect. I asked him why he would even want to be with someone like me when our values are so clearly misaligned. He said they are aligned.
I don't
Babe,
think
we're on the
so.
same page.
Yeah. Your poison tonic says, babe, I didn't get a lap dance. I got 2 lap dances.
yeah. Semantics, babe.
I just left that out. I wasn't lying, babe. I wasn't lying.
I also got a grammar game on my VR headset, okay? I tapped the right word. Duolingo. He doesn't want to be the person who goes to spicy clubs.
Then don't do it. You should have thought about that.
So simple. He wants to live up to my standards. I don't know how I feel about that last comment. At this point, I don't know what to believe. I don't think he cheated on me. In terms of what happened in the spicy club, he swears they were at a big table. Only the toxic guy went to the back room for a lap dance. I had to explain to him several times how he was lying. I don't know what I believe in terms of who pushed who to go or whether that was the plan. There's a lot of doubt. By the way, one thing that you will be never in doubt of is that you have 2,000 episodes waiting for you to binge at your heart's desire. If you go to Spotify, Apple, or iHeartRadio and search OK Storytime, binge the pod, guys. It's a great thing to
It is.
check out. But before we get into the finale of this story and episode, what are we thinking? Closing thoughts.
I feel like, basically what the crux of it is he wasn't truthful about going to the spicy club or wasn't forthright. And it seems like he's like having some kind of corn addiction. I think the thing is, it's been brought up a lot. They're already in counseling.
Yeah.
I think maybe you can like really say like, this is she's kind of said all the things. Like she's like, I don't know. This is like really in my values. It feels like we're entering a breaking point. I mean, I'm down to, because I don't feel like it is divorce worthy, but I also don't think you should get married. If the marriage is in 2 weeks, this feels like a postpone or cancel marriage. But it also seems that if you cancel the marriage, it's over.
That's what she, how she feels.
Yeah. If I was to lean one way, it would probably be to not get married.
Yeah.
And everything that entails.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I think I would say definitely don't get married, but maybe just give yourself that beat just to, if anything, just think through everything and figure out what your next move is. But I feel it feels like she's frustrated and he keeps ping ponging. Yeah. Like he's like, oh, I'm so sorry, and then he goes and does something
the same thing.
like so similar, but not that exact same thing. It goes from first it's the explore page when they're about to hook up, then it's the strip club. Like it's
spicy sleep whack-a-mole.
Yes,
It's just like, oh, I can't do this. All right, over here. Oh, I can't do this. Boop. Boop, boop.
And Opie's like, I'm not trying to play whack-a-mole.
Yeah.
Just give me my cute teddy bear and let me go home. Well, let's get into the finale of this story and episode, okay? Let's see. I'm sorry I can't provide a better update, but I don't know what will happen. We have couples therapy tonight. I'm putting together a list of requirements that I am going to consider moving forward. How do you move forward when the trust has been this broken? I don't know. There's still a lot of pain and anger. I feel foolish, scared of the future, weak. Thanks for giving me an outlet. I will try to reply to comments if anyone cares for more information. And that is it. So we don't know. How it ended up, but you know what? OP's, I feel like OP's on the path to figuring out.
Yeah. And
herself.
Giving her some time to figure it out and giving himself a beat.
Guidance
Kimberly
with the
Fine,
counseling.
Yeah. Kimberly Fine says, a Lord knows he gave himself a beat too.
Oh God.
Oh God.
He decided to add what's it called? Yeah, he decided to add butcher to the to the hyphenate job list. He's what is it? Baker,
butcher, and spicy sleep connoisseur.
Yes, absolutely. There was another one we threw in there.
Wordle?
Baker, butcher, and oh gosh, I thought there was a second one we said, but
I don't remember.
It escapes me. I remember.
But I believe that's where that episode ends. Is that right, Sophia?
Over.
Yes, it is. So, if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you. And see you tomorrow.